Today, Benjamin Franklin's aunt throws a shoe at witchcraft suspect Martha Cory. Welcome to Salem Witch Trials Daily, the podcast where we cover the events of the Salem Witch Trials day by day as they happen. I'm Josh Hutchinson.
This is Sarah Jack. Today is March 21st, 1692. Joseph Herrick arrests Martha Cory. During the arrest, Herrick spots a strange ointment in Martha's house. He asks Martha about it, and she tells him she got the recipe from Magistrate Major Bartholomew Gedney, a future judge on the court of Oyer and Terminer that hears the witch trials.
Before magistrates John Hathorne and Jonathan Corwin publicly question Martha Cory in Salem Village's Meetinghouse, Salem Town's junior minister, Nicholas Noyes, delivers an opening prayer.
The magistrates appoint Samuel Parris to record the interrogation, and former village minister Deodat Lawson also records a version of events.
In Lawson's words, on Monday the 21st of March, the magistrates of Salem appointed to come to examination of Goodwife Cory, and about 12 of the clock they went into the meeting house, which was thronged with spectators.
Deodat recorded that Mr. Noyes began with a very pertinent and pathetic prayer, and Goodwife Cory, being called to answer to what was alleged against her, she desired to go to prayer, which was much wondered at, in the presence of so many hundred people.
The magistrates told her they would not admit it. They came not there to hear her pray, but to examine her in what was alleged against her. The worshipful Mr. Hathorne asked her why she afflicted those children.
She said she did not afflict them.
He asked her, who did then?
She said she did not know. How would she know?
And Deodat records that the number of the afflicted persons were about that time 10, vis-a-vis 4 married women. Mrs. Pope, that's Benjamin Franklin's aunt, Mrs. Putnam, Goodwife Bibber, and an ancient woman named Goodall. 3 maids, Mary Walcott, Mercy Lewis at Thomas Putnam's, and a maid at Dr. Griggs's. There were 3 girls from 9 to 12 years of age, each of them, or thereabouts, vis-a-vis Elizabeth Parris, Abigail Williams, and Ann Putnam.
These were most of them at Goodwife Cory's examination, and did vehemently accuse her in the assembly of afflicting them by biting, pinching, strangling, etc.
And that they did in their fit see her likeness coming to them and bringing a book to them.
Martha said she had no book.
They affirmed she had a yellow bird that used to suck betwixt her fingers.
And being asked about it, if she had any familiar spirit that attended her, she said she had no familiarity with any such thing. She was a gospel woman, which title she called herself by, and the afflicted persons told her, she was a gospel witch.
And Putnam did there affirm that one day when Lieutenant Fuller was at prayer at her father's house, she saw the shape of Goodwife Cory, and she thought Goodwife Nurse praying at the same time to the devil. She was not sure it was Goodwife Nurse, she thought it was, but very sure she saw the shape of Goodwife Cory.
And Cory said they were poor, distracted children, and no heed to be given to what they said.
Mr. Hathorne and Mr. Noyes replied, it was the judgment of all that were present they were bewitched, and only she, the accused person, said they were distracted.
It was observed several times that if she did but bite her underlip in time of examination, the persons afflicted were bitten on their arms and wrists, and produced the marks before the magistrates, ministers, and others.
And being watched for that, if she did but pinch her fingers or grasp a hand hard in another, they were pinched and produced the marks before the magistrates and spectators.
After that, it was observed that if she did but lean her breast against the seat in the meeting house, being the bar at which she stood, they were afflicted.
Particularly Mrs. Pope, Ben Franklin's aunt, complained of grievous torment in her bowels, as if they were torn out. She vehemently accused said Cory as the instrument, and first threw her muff at her, but that flying not home, she got off her shoe and hit Goodwife Cory on the head with it.
After these postures were watched, if Cory did but stir her feet, they were afflicted in their feet and stamped fearfully.
I wonder what that's like, stamping fearfully. He continues, the afflicted persons asked her why she did not go to the company of witches, which were before the meeting-house mustering. Did she not hear the drumbeat?
So the afflicted hear the drumbeat.
The afflicted hear the drumbeat calling the witches to the meeting.
But not the witches. They don't.
She doesn't.
Yeah. They accused her of having familiarity with the devil in the time of examination in the shape of a black man whispering in her ear. They affirmed that her yellow bird sucked betwixt her fingers in the assembly, an order being given to see if there were any sign. The girl that saw it said it was too late now. She had removed a pin and put it on her head, which was found there sticking upright.
They told her she had covenanted with the devil for 10 years. 6 of them were gone, and 4 more to come. She was required by the magistrates to answer that question in the Catechism. How many persons be there in the Godhead?
She answered it but oddly. Yet was there no great thing to be gathered from it? She denied all that was charged upon her and said they could not prove a witch.
She was that afternoon committed to Salem prison, and after she was in custody, she did not so appear to them and afflict them as before.
Following the examination, Ezekiel Cheever, Edward Putnam, Elizabeth Hubbard, Samuel Parris, Thomas Putnam, and Nathaniel Ingersoll give depositions against Martha Cory.
Ezekiel Cheever and Edward Putnam state that Ann Putnam complained that Goody Cory did often appear to her and torture her by pinching and other ways. And so these depositions that the men give in after are legal testimony that can be admitted in court. It's written down what they say. So they tell it to somebody else and that person records it. These depositions are to become evidence at the grand jury hearing and then at the trial.